Hi, I'm Heather McDonald, and welcome to my show, Gold Country TV. And as you can see today, I'm in historic downtown Grass Valley. We also go to Nevada City, South County, and Auburn.
Hey, I'm Diane Helms.
And I'm Christy Bradadini. Welcome to Grass Valley.
Yes, we love Grass Valley. Christy was actually born here in Grass Valley. Great restaurants around here. Right now we're sitting in front of Sergio's. We've got outside dining, inside dining, and you can just about pick any restaurant you want to any day of the week, can't you, Christy?
Yes, you can. And I personally love the homemade gnocchi here.
Yeah, I do too. We're going to take you for a tour a little bit here of all the areas that we like. And here we are in downtown Grass Valley at Smith Winery tasting room.
Thank you.
We're getting a nice taste of their local wine here that has been family owned for years. There are many great wineries here in Nevada County, and this is just one of them. Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.
And I love looking at the vineyards, you know, when there's just rows and rows of vines growing in the pasture land. Which reminds me, pasture, we can go from pasture land and valleys to high mountain peaks just in our area alone.
Yeah, just the other day, showing property, I went from one end of the county to the next, and it was a gorgeous day, a beautiful drive, and it's a good reminder of where we live and why we live here. It's just beautiful. One of my favorite things are the rivers.
Oh, yes.
The rivers are right at our fingertips, and they're just such a great place to go cool off.
And the trails, lots of hiking, mountain biking, horseback riding trails in this area. Yeah, there's just so much to offer here, and I think it's quality of life and family and just things to do, not just if you're not into bicycling or hiking, if you're into just in history and checking out the area or music or theater or the arts. There's just so much here.
I know, from young to old, whether you're retiring or beginning a family, or it's just the place you want to reside, it's just got everything. It's got something for everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. And again, I'm Diane Helms.
And I'm Christy Bradadini.
And we really appreciate you coming and touring Grass Valley with us.
One of the best things about living here in Grass Valley is our history. And no other group made more of an impact than the Cornish miners when they came here to work in the Empire Mine at Hard Rock Mining. And they brought their cuisine. And something that's still here that's delicious is a Cornish pasty. And today, the ladies of Marshall's Pasties is going to show me how to make a pasty. Let's go see how I do. We're inside where the operation happens here at Marshall's Pasties, and we're with Carrie here, one of the owners. Say hi to everybody out there.
Hi there.
Hey, you got a lot of fans out there, Carrie.
Oh,
And
no,
tell
it's
everybody,
wonderful.
tell everybody how long you've been making pasties in here.
We've been making pasties for 45 years.
Right in the same place, right?
Yes.
The same kitchen, 45
Same kitchen,
years.
45 years.
And over here we got the helpers. And what's your name?
I'm Carol.
And you are?
Jesse.
And Jesse. And they're going to be busily making those pasties because they've got so many orders all the time. But today, Carrie's actually going to show me how to enrobe the meat and make this beautiful looking pasty. We're going over.
Fold your corner in kind of tight.
And I'll fold my corner in tight.
Tight.
Okay.
Down.
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 It's going down like the ribbon. And here we go now.
Over and tuck it with your one finger as you go.
Oh, tuck
As
it with
you
my
roll
finger.
it, tuck it. No, don't. Just pull it over.
All right, pull it over and
You
tuck.
tuck it. And
Pull
then
it
your
over,
pasty
tuck.
won't flatten
Pull it
out.
over and tuck. But then this part's really you got to do it or it'll fall out, right? Bad. It's
Not
nothing
bad.
wrong.
See, you just have to learn how to push that down. You're doing good.
Okay, now show them now what we do here. This is, and tell everybody what that is.
Would you like to do this?
Yeah.
Every
I know, what's
pasty has its a different hole so you know what it is.
Oh,
And
that's
this
a
has
hole.
one.
And what hole's that for? What I
That's
just
a
made?
beef.
Beef. Okay, it's a beef hole.
It's a
And now
beef.
this
And
is
then-
like the fun part where you get to
And
paint
then
them
you're going to baste it.
like this. How many times do I do it? Just like that?
Watch,
They're laughing at me.
so you don't get too much.
How's that? Well, we're at Marshall's Pasties here on Mill Street in downtown Grass Valley. Thank you so much, ladies.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm here at Malakoff Diggins State Park. Introduce yourself to everybody out there.
My name is Dave Anderson. I'm a docent here at this park as well as 2 other parks in the county. I also happen to be the co-chair of the Friends of North Bloomfield and Malakoff Diggins, which is a nonprofit organization that supports the park.
Now tell a bit about North Bloomfield. I don't think people realize we have a, well, it's not really a ghost town. It's a preserved town, right?
Yes, we try and we're actively trying to promote visitation not just to the hydraulic mining area, but the town of North Bloomfield, which grew up as a major town during the hydraulic mining era. And the town existed until shortly after World War II, when everybody ended up going to war.
Yeah. But you can really get a feel for what it was like today. Now, what's special about Humbug Day today?
Well, it used to be homecoming. So every year the residents or past residents of the town would come back and visit. And the original name of the town, the people wanted to call it Humbug, which is a term used to identify an area that really busted in terms of gold. So, but because there were so many towns named Humbug, the post office would not allow them to use that name, so it ended up being North Bloomfield.
That's interesting. And so this is kind of an annual event here?
Yes, this is our 50th.
This is the 50th one. So every June, come to Humbug Days.
Yep.
But now during the week, people can come on weekends, right? And look in the houses and little stores and
Absolutely.
everything.
The museum will be open. We have a campground here. And we also have some cabins that people can rent and stay in.
How fun! That would really be fun up here. So you got to come up and see this part of our gold country. Well, thanks for being on here with us.
Thank you.
And here we are with the visitor here at Humbug Days. And what's your name?
Diane Emmett.
And is it your first visit to North Bloomfield?
No. I've been coming here since 1955.
You have?
It wasn't a park then, but yes.
And so you're a local here in Nevada County.
Yes.
Oh, great. And so why do you like coming here to visit our little town here?
It's wonderful. All the people getting together, having a good time, learning the history, and it's just a fun thing to do.
And you know, most locals don't even know a lot of our history, do they?
No, they don't. No. It's there's a lot of tales to be told about this country, but it's wonderful, and the people are great. They're so warm and accepting, and it's just fun thing to do.
It is a fun thing to do. It's good to remind us about not only our history, but like you said, how great the people are when we all get together up here for something like this, huh?
Yes.
Okay, well, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And now we're in the museum here at North Bloomfield with the ranger of this area, and your name is?
Hi, my name is Ryan Randar. I'm the unit ranger for Malakoff Diggins.
Wow, and Malakoff Diggins is a pretty big area, isn't it?
It is.
It's where all the hydraulic mining happens, so you've got all of that. It's not just North Bloomfield. It's like, it must be what? How many miles around here, I would say?
I think I have roughly between 2,000 and 3,000 acres.
2,000 and 3,000 acres, wow. And so tell people a little bit about this museum. You know, I've never been in here in all these years.
Well, this is our museum here at Malakoff. We have artifacts of all kinds of and all kinds of things that were found actually in the park that represent a little bit of everyone who was here. We have things on mining, we have things on the people. So some of the things made in the area, like the sewing machine, was made actually in North San Juan.
Oh, cool. And so for Humbug Days today, did you like repaint the buildings and fix it all up, or?
So we did have a maintenance team out here doing some restoring of the buildings, making it all, sprucing it up for the event. So.
Yeah, that's really nice. Now, is it open year-round here, or when can people come visit?
It is. So the park is open year-round. The visitor center does close seasonally, depending on staffing and budget. So that's always the one kicker.
Yeah.
But we try to have people here. We try on weekends year-round.
Okay. So, now, can people camp here year-round, or is there certain
They can't.
time of year?
Our main season is going to be Memorial through Labor Day weekend.
Okay, but that's great that you could camp here too, because it's so beautiful with all the big trees here and everything, and then going down, I think the hydraulic mining areas look like fairy castles.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful campground. We have 30 spots, and we also have 3 cabins.
Oh, 3 cabins. And so we just can go online to the state park's website then.
That's correct, and it'll redirect you, or you can go directly to, at this time, reserveamerica.com.
reserveamerica.com. I think it'd be fun to stay in one of the cabins. And just to remind you that hydraulic mining was actually invented here in Nevada City at Deer Creek, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and look what happened. This great big beautiful park, and it's so nice that you've preserved it.
Oh, well, thank you.
And you can actually feel like you have gone back to the gold rush when you visit North Bloomfield here at Malakoff-Diggins State Park. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
The masterpiece. You should be rolling me. You should be rolling me. You're a real life fantasy. You're a real life fantasy. But you move so carefully. Let's start living dangerously.
And here I am with someone who's a real local to this area. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, Heather. I'm Patrick Dyer. I own Utopian Stone Jewelers in Nevada City. We've been in business there for 42 years, and we're very much a part of the gold country like is here.
Yes, and especially Nevada City. You've been involved in the politics there and the history of it and everything.
Yeah, we have. I was served on the city council for 8 years. I was a mayor for a couple of years. Did a lot with this, with the Chamber of Commerce. Saw a lot of changes back in the 70s and 80s, and in the 90s we restored the City Hall.
That's right.
And the bridge. And there's been an awful lot of work done in Nevada City that we kind of take for granted now. We enjoy it, how beautiful it is. There's a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication from a lot of people from way back into the 60s.
So Nevada City is kind of you go through Nevada City to come up here to the Diggins and everything. And how was Nevada City related to Malakoff?
Well, Nevada City was kind of the queen city of the northern mines, and so there was a lot of mining headquarters were based in Nevada City, and there was a lot of gold was brought into Nevada City. It was just a central location. Of course, Grass Valley had the Empire Mine, and that was all underground mining. So it was absolutely built around gold.
Yes, and Nevada City was a shaken city and pretty exciting, and this hydraulic mining actually started there by some miners that were looking for gold right there in Deer Creek.
Yeah, that was called Coyote Diggings for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was all sorts of crude methods of getting the gold out when it was relatively plentiful and pretty easy to get and so forth. So that was the early days of, they called it Coyote Diggings in Nevada City.
And they found out if they took a hose and put a nozzle on it and aimed it at the bank of the creek and everything, it would wash away and get to that gravel where there was more gold, right?
Right. The gold was found in all kinds of different locations, and of course the gravel deposits that were here and down in some of Nevada City and so forth were removed by water and separated out by water and so forth. And the hydraulic monitors that you see all over here and in Nevada City were key equipment in washing the gold away from the mountains.
Don't you think it's also amazing when you see Deer Creek and how it started, and you come up here to Malakoff and see these big mountains that have been washed into cones.
Yeah, well, and in our store we have a hydraulic monitor that's on display, and it's there as to show the history of how the gold was mined around here. One of the ways, and it was an environmental disaster.
Yeah.
And yet it was very, very profitable, so there was a lot of politics going on as to would it continue or not. And the Sawyer decision of 1878 was the first environmental law in the country. And it was about the washing away of the gravels, the heavy silting that happened in the rivers. The stories say there was a plume of silt going out past the Golden Gate. And so the realization that that was such an environmental disaster, the Sawyer decision of 1878 spawned the ending of hydraulic mining. Ironically, the hydraulic mining was allowed to, it took about 10 years to go through the courts. Hydraulic mining was actually allowed to continue, but after 10 years of being dead, they'd moved on to other means of mining, and it never did regenerate as an ongoing way to remove the gold.
But then I heard that when the federal inspectors would come up to make sure they were no longer mining that way, and they were on the side, some of the operations, they'd go into the hotel down there, and the operator would call up here, and they would stop everything. And by the time the inspector got up here, there's no hydraulic mining, but everything was wet.
Yeah, I've heard similar stories, and I'm sure it was true.
There's a lot of stories.
I'm sure it was true. But the mining was allowed to restart if they used certain dams to collect the water. But again, after 10 years of doing it, or not doing it, they ceased operations completely. So, but it's interesting because it was the first environmental law in the country. Previous to that, you could do just about anything as long as you made money. And then it was a change of consciousness, if you will. So everybody needs to mine, everybody needs to farm, but we can't destroy the planet at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So if you want to know more about the gold rush up here, I'd go into Utopia Stone, because you're going to see what he makes out of gold. This is just a few examples of the things that Pat does. It's just beautiful jewelry and stones.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then, like you said, he has a monitor in there. This is a man that really cares about our history and knows about it. So you need to go into Utopia Stone and tell them what corners you're on it.
We're right at the corner of Pine and Broad Street, 301 Broad Street, right in the middle of town. You can't miss us. It's a beautiful building and quite historic in its own right. And yeah, come on by. We'd love to see you. And I'm leaning against this machine, which I just learned about. Yeah. This was a sewing machine built in North San Juan. Am I correct? And was in service for, I believe, 55 years. What it did was it made the canvas hose that fed the water to the monitors. That's just incredible. Yeah. And apparently it has 4 needles and did 4 stitches at the same time. I mean, it's the necessity is the mother of invention. And so they needed to bring the water to the monitors. They invented a machine to make the hose.
That's right.
It's incredible.
Well, if you love history and you love museums, we've got a lot of them in Nevada County. And we have all the original equipment like this one. It's really pretty exciting when you come and visit our area up here in Nevada County. Thanks, Pat, for being on here with me.
Thank you, Heather. My pleasure.
Now, would you introduce yourself to everybody?
I'm Matthew Green. I'm a Chief Ranger for the Sierra District, and I manage parks, state parks on the eastern and western Sierras. And most especially here, Malakoff Diggins State Park, Empire Mine State Park, and South Yuba River State Park.
Wow, you cover a lot of territory.
I do. Great parks, great territory.
And here today, tell everybody a little bit about Malakoff and how special it is.
Well, Malakoff Diggins State Historic Park, 50-year anniversary here today on Humbug Days. Example of hydraulic mining. We have 3 parks here in western Nevada, 3 different examples of mining. Hard rock mining at Empire Mine, placer mining at South Yuba, and hydraulic mining here. We have the Diggins, where all the mining, hydraulic mining took place. It happened with some of our monitors here that are in the parks that actually were used to extract the gold out the sides of the hillside. Very famous in U.S. Legal history for the first class action lawsuit that had to do with the mining operations up here, but probably more famous for the people that made up this town that's still in place. some of the original buildings here, some of the original occupants, and we have people that lived here 50 years ago that come up here on this humbug days, and you can see them around the park right now. Well, what's unique about it and all of our collective mining operations here in the county is that the technology that was driven to these areas that made up these mining operations, the Excelsior ditch, the ditch system that drove the water systems down into the monitors that were used to extract the gold from the hillsides. Obviously some damages today from it, but incredible work at that time, and you could see some of those pumps, some of that technology, and some of that history all throughout the park. It's an outdoor museum.
There's just fantastic trails and fun things to do here. We encourage you to come up, and if you're locals here in Nevada County, you need to support your state parks. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Hello, everybody. I'm Madeline Helling, and I'm president of the Nevada County Narrow Gauge Railroad Museum. And we have many other forms of transportation here too. And I would like to introduce our curator, Brian Blair, who will give you some details about what we represent here.
Well, thank you, Madeline. Welcome to the Nevada County Narrow Gauge Railroad and Transportation Museum. Our museum is dedicated to restoring and preserving all the history of all elements of transportation in the county. We had stagecoaches here, we had electric streetcars, we had horses and buggies, we had steam cars, and of course we had the Nevada County Narrow Gauge Railroad. And this museum, while it is a transportation museum, most of the artifacts in here are focused towards the era of the narrow gauge. Behind me is engine number 5. This is an old Baldwin locomotive, was built in 1875, and it came to this railroad in 1899 and served here for 44 years. So it ran between Nevada City through Grass Valley to Colfax. It was finally sold, went off to its last career as a movie engine for Universal Studios. And then we were fortunate to get it back from Universal Studios in 1985 through the efforts of Madeline Helling and John Christensen and some of the early members of the Transportation Museum.
Our museum goes back a ways. We've been open 10 years. This was really a community effort supporting us all the way. And the city of Nevada City certainly has been instrumental in this whole thing. This is really the City of Nevada City's museum. The Historical Society had established the concept and worked toward it, and then have continued to be in charge of it through the years.
Hi, I'm Heather McDonald, and today I'm taking you to beautiful Nevada City. In fact, it's so historic here. The whole downtown is on the National Register of Historic Places. So today, let's go shopping and dining in beautiful downtown Nevada City. Now we're inside California Gold with the owner. Introduce yourself to everybody.
My name is Terry Moore. I'm the owner of California Gold Jewelry Store located at 300 Broad Street in downtown Nevada City.
And you've got the gold, the real gold nuggets in California.
I do. We have lots of natural gold. The gold in this area is called placer gold, meaning it's found in the rivers in its natural form.
Just like when the gold miners came here, this is what they found and put in their pans.
Yeah, that must have been an amazing time when they first came here and they found lots of gold, but there's still gold to be found in the rivers, and this represents jewelry that is made from natural gold.
And look at the size of those nuggets. Wow.
There's some big ones there. Yeah, there's all different sizes. The big ones are more suitable for a pendant like this. The smaller ones can be put in bracelets or earrings, or even as a souvenir specimen if people want to take home a sample of gold from the gold country.
So each of these necklaces are unique because you just leave the natural shape for hundreds of thousands of years making that gold.
However it's found in the rivers is the form in which I keep it, and just make a piece of jewelry that utilizes that natural shape.
So this is a true souvenir of our gold country, and if you're a native Californian, it's a keepsake, a unique keepsake of California to hand down through the generations.
I think it is. California is definitely known for the gold rush and for natural gold nuggets, and people come here specifically to look at and take home a sample of the gold nugget jewelry.
And now, tell me about, you're a goldsmith. How long have you been a goldsmith?
I've been doing gold jewelry since 1973, so 40 years now.
Wow.
And I've had the shop here in downtown Nevada City for the last 20 years.
And California Gold, that's why it's got the name. He uses California Gold nuggets here to make these beautiful jewelry and these necklaces. And then there's a special bracelet out there where you put, a lot of little nuggets in it?
It's called inlay. You have a channel that you inlay the gold into, so each of these links of the bracelet might have 20 individual nuggets that are soldered in one at a time. So it's a very tedious process, but the end result is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's all beautiful. And then these rings, I think a great keepsake ring, a wedding ring.
Yeah, I've done a lot of wedding rings with gold nuggets. You know, people enjoy that.
And so he is a goldsmith. He can make your special California jewelry right here custom for you.
We do a lot of custom work. People come in all the time and have ideas or just want something custom made with natural nuggets, and we're happy to do that.
Well, Terry, this is a great store. You have so much to see. You have a great big displays of both nugget jewelry and the gold quartz jewelry too, which is in the rock, actually, in the quartz. And then I love the fact that when people come in here, they can get educated. They can see your display here where you have all kinds of gold in different forms.
It's fun telling people the story of how gold is found locally. You know, a lot of people don't realize that. So
that's right.
It's fun to talk to them about the history of California and the natural gold in the form of either gold quartz or gold nuggets.
And you're in the perfect spot because right down here is Deer Creek, and it was called Pound a Day because in its heyday of the gold rush, a pound of gold a day was gotten out of the river. Gold nuggets like this right here in Deer Creek.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing where we live.
A special part of the world here in Nevada City, California, without a doubt.
And thank you for bringing it to us here at California Gold, 300 Broad Street in downtown Nevada City.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Diane Helms.
And I'm Christy Bradanini.
And we are here today in beautiful Nevada City in front of an old Victorian. It's a gorgeous place to live.
Yeah. I'm a native to the area, and I can't wait to show you my favorite places.
We have been loving this area and living this area for over 40 years. We can't wait to take you on a tour of some of the highlights of the areas that we like the most. So right now we're standing in Nevada City in front of the Nevada Theater, a wonderful place if you love live theater.
And it's one of the oldest existing theaters in California.
It is. Mark Twain was here, Jack London was here. It's got some great history and great theater still. Is the type of history that we have here, the gold miner days and all these fabulous old Victorians and vintage homes in our area.
All the Victorians that are, you know, every other house in that area, and they're just beautiful. There's such culture here. One of my favorite things are the rivers.
Oh, yes.
The rivers are right at our fingertips, and they're just such a great place to go cool off. Rock outcroppings and places to explore, and it's just a few minutes from downtown.
Exactly. And the trails, lots of hiking, mountain biking, horseback riding trails in this area. I mean, well, we have BLM land, as you know, all around us. And so it's a lot of open land that you can take your mountain bike and go for miles and miles, get on your horse and do that, stop by the streams and the Yuba River, like you said. And also, the Empire Mine, we just kind of take that for granted because we live here. But that is wonderful history and a great tour to go there.
It's also a great destination for family portraits or senior portraits for your student.
Oh.
Boy, those turn out. I've seen some real beautiful wedding pictures and
yes, yeah.
family portraits.
There's a lot of great wedding venues around here, I've noted, Yeah, there's just so much to offer here, and I think it's quality of life and family and just things to do, not just if you're not into bicycling or hiking, if you're into just in history and checking out the area or music or theater or the arts. There's just so much here.
I know, from young to old, whether you're retiring or beginning a family or it's just the place you want to reside, it's just got everything. It's got something for everyone.
So we'd like to thank you for joining us today. Right now we're here in Nevada City in front of the Miners Foundry, a very historic building with a wine tasting room right next door. And again, I'm Diane Helms.
And I'm Christy Bradinini.
And we are a mother-daughter team.
Thank you for touring with us today.
Heather McDonald here at Euro Motors on Streeter Road here in South Nevada County, and today we're going to meet the owners here at Euro Motors. Now here I am in Euro Motors with the owner. Introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Urs, and I own Euro Motors.
And who's this over here?
I'm Christoph. I'm Orz's son. I'm also the service manager of Euro Motors.
Well, now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty about repairs.
Well, I've been doing that for about 40 years, working on European cars, start back in Europe, and things changed big since, back in the 70s, where cars were simple. You just drive around the block and you figure out the problem. Now the newer cars, like BMW or Mercedes, they have a lot of computers in there. They say they have more computers than Apollo that flew to the moon. So you need the right equipment to figure out problems, diagnose the car properly, and then repair it. So we are equipped with everything, just like the dealer.
What's that? You get in the car and you plug it in and you have that like computer screen. What's that called?
It's called a scan tool, and what it does, it basically communicates to the computers in the car, gives you access, and we can get into the computer, just to keep it simple.
Uh-huh. And then what about in the, like under the hood? Do you have other equipment that you plug in? And
all kinds of machinery that we use on top of the scan tool that my dad mentioned. There's some basic tools that we still use as well. Some of the older cars, for example, use a basic fuel pressure gauge. Some of the new cars, sometimes you got to go back to the old ways and use the basic tools as well on top of the new machinery that my father's talking about.
And that takes experience with your technicians, doesn't it? They have to know both ways.
They're almost, some of these cars, they're on the computer for a couple hours just looking at a computer screen to figure out the problem without even driving it. Like my dad said earlier, he used to drive the cars around the block.
Yeah.
It's completely changed.
Yeah, but it's good to have also that basic knowledge, years of experience to kind of
definitely need it.
Listen and hear, and just that kind of ear for what's wrong with the car, don't you, sometimes?
Yes, you do. And we have a mix of technicians. We have some of the older guys like me. They, learned from the basics and work themselves up. And then a lot of the younger technicians are really good with the computers because they grew up with it. But the main thing is training. It's constant training because technology changes so fast. So our technicians spend at least 40 hours a year on just training on new technology just to keep up.
Wow, so that's really great. So Euro Motors, you know, when you come in here, they're up to date on the latest methods, yet you get some of the old guys here that can just sometimes listen to things and know what's going on because they have the experience. So thanks for being with us again.
Thank you.
Euro Motors here on Streeter Road.
Hello, I'm Dr. David Molina. I'd like to welcome you to my dental practice. We've been practicing here, south part of Nevada County, for a little more than 25 years. It's a family practice. We've treated all our own families, my children, my wife, many of our neighbors in this. It's a great neighborhood. It's the high school, the Lake of the Pines. There's a lot going on down here, and we're glad to be part of it. It's been an honor and a lot of fun to be part of this community as a dentist. I do general dentistry, which means dentistry for the whole family, but I particularly enjoy cosmetic dentistry, and that's making an average smile look great. So part of the thing that we do is we do a lot of whitening to get you that white smile, and if there's any individual problems in terms of spaces, angulation, old dentistry, we can fix that. We can solve that very readily. One of the nice things about having a family practice is over the years you get to take care of your patients and you get to know them very well. I'm very pleased with just the interaction between my staff and our beloved patients there. We see them oftentimes several times a year, sometimes more often, but over the course of time we get to know what they like, what makes a pleasant appointment for them, and we pride ourselves in doing our best. It makes it fun to do dentistry, doing the best work that you can, doing the best for our patients. We're very service oriented. We like our patients to be smiling on the way in and smiling on the way out.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I've worked here at Dr. David Molina for over 20 years. I'm the front office manager. I will help you get checked in, get scheduled, and help you with all of your insurance needs and any other questions you might have. Welcome to our office.
Hi, I'm Ayla, doctor's dental assistant. I help him chairside, take dental impressions, help to make the patients feel comfortable.
Hi, I'm Jana. I'm one of Dr. Molina's dental hygienists, one of two. I've been with him for 23 years, practicing for over 30. This is the operatory that I work in and where we do our cleanings. The dental hygienist is responsible for maintaining the health of your gums and giving you instructions how to keep your teeth forever.
Hi, my name is Debbie. I am Dr. Molina's other hygienist. I've been practicing in this office for 17 years, and I've been in the dental field all of my life, and I won't go into how long that is. But this is the only office I've ever worked in that has a TV up on the ceiling, which allows our patients, another reason is to relax, to enjoy the experience of the dental office, because it's not everybody's favorite place to be, and we understand that, and we like our family and our friends to come in and feel comfortable and have a better experience. And it's just a great way to take your mind off of what's happening and what we're doing and allow you to check out and see what's on TV.
Well, I'd like to thank you for visiting our dental office. It was good to have you. I hope you enjoyed meeting our staff, and we look forward to seeing you as a patient.
I'm at the corner of South Auburn and Empire Streets, and I want you to meet my chiropractor, Dr. Darwin S. Leak here of the Chiropractic Plus Clinic.
Hello there, I'm Dr. Darwin Leak, owner and operator of Chiropractic Plus in Grass Valley, California. Been here since 1985 and really like it here. I'd like you to meet Kathy Sousa, office manager, and if you're having any difficulties and need an appointment, she'll help you with that. She knows how to do it. I'd like to show you around a little bit, show you what we have here to offer. Well, here we have a full x-ray facility, so if someone comes in and they've had some trauma or there's suspicion of a fracture or more serious hard tissue damage, we can do x-rays right here on site. So that's available. We also have intersegmental traction table. That's helpful for people to restore motion in their spine, and traction if they have a hot disc or something along those lines.
Well, here's one of the treatment rooms in the office, and we're able to provide gentle manipulation of the spine to restore motion. People have trauma, they have injuries, they overdo it at home. Chiropractic manipulation has been shown to facilitate and speed up healing processes. We deal with motor vehicle accident patients, weekend warriors that do go out and overdo it on their bicycle or in their triathlon or whatever, and we have ultrasound therapy and laser therapy available. There are conditions that respond well to that, sprains, strains, soft tissue swelling. We also offer massage therapy and have a massage therapist on staff to meet your needs there. We welcome you to come in at any time. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Shalene Holland, manager of the Alta Sierra Biblical Gardens. I invite you to visit our beautiful gardens with Christ as its theme. The Alta Sierra Biblical Gardens are a non-profit organization open to the public. These lovely gardens dedicated to God are available for events such as weddings, church and memorial services, and baptisms for a donation. Our gardens tell the story of Christ through statues and artwork displayed along the shady garden paths. A 90-foot cascading waterfall fills the stream which flows through the property, giving many lovely photographic opportunities. A large outdoor chapel can seat 150 guests. The chapel has an altar with brilliant stained glass and a canopy of trees and vines. The picnic grounds may be rented for a rehearsal dinner, Bible studies, luncheons, or a daytime event. No barbecuing or open fires are permitted. Alcohol is also prohibited. Baptisms in the natural pool highlighted by a small waterfall are encouraged with a donation of $10 per person to help with the upkeep of this area. There is also a labyrinth, a sacred tool for prayer. It is a contemplative garden space. The gardens are open daily from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. They are a place of meditation, reflection, and retreat. The sprinklers are on Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. We accept any support you can provide, from monetary donations to working in the gardens. Contact me at 530-272-1363 or visit our website at www.altasierrabiblicalgardens.org.
Hi, I'm Eldon Cyrus.
And I'm Chris Cyrus. We are Cyrus Tree Service, and we are a family-owned business. We've been in business for 17 years, and we service the greater Nevada County and Placer County area.
We started our business because there are so many trees in our area, and these trees over time have gotten quite large. And large trees are out of the reach of the average homeowner. So what we have is a small company and a lot of experience over the last 15 years in dealing with problems as they relate to these large trees. Most of our residents in our area are fond of their trees and have formed attachments to them. They realize there are benefits from shade, break from the heat, just from the beauty, and from squirrels. We get to hear from them all the time about why they like their trees. We as a professional company, though, in dealing with these trees, are trying to address the problems that they may be creating. They may be hazardous or have defective structures. They may have died, or they may just be too large for their space. Disease is another factor. So when it comes to needing a company to work on very large trees, very close to or over your home, you need to find a company that's licensed, insured, bonded. We carry that, as well as ISA Arborist certification.
here I am back at Lake Wildwood with contractor Alan D'Andrade. Welcome back, Alan.
Hi, happy to have you.
Now, when you started this beautiful project on the lake, we shot here and talked to you, and it was just, what year was that house when it first started?
Oh shoot, it was
80s,
quite,
70s, something like that?
Yeah, something
Older
like that.
house.
Yeah, in the 70s, yeah.
Yes, and now you're in the middle of remodeling it, and it is absolutely spectacular, all the things you've been doing. And so tell us a little bit about, since you're the tile and stone expert, like what are we standing on here? I love this.
This is travertine, and it's got a broken edge to it, chisel edge, and it's very popular now.
It's really cool, and I like the way you did it, you know, designed it like this instead of just putting in squares.
Exactly, and as you see, they're all different sizes, like a Corpo stone, but yeah.
And then in doing this home, I like the ceilings too. Now, what's great is it adds interest. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, you know, I've been doing, this is my own design I've been doing for years.
Yeah.
All my homes have it somewhere in the house somewhere, usually in the master bedroom, but the master bedroom here has a vault, so
it's
we put it here.
Really great. And now tell everybody how long you've been a contractor, and especially here in Lake Wildwood.
30 years in Lake Wildwood in Nevada County. I've been a builder, tile setter, yeah.
Yeah, and you do it all here. And this is just a great house. And then I've noticing, I just love it, you kind of have signature bathrooms, I call them. Each bathroom has some special design. I noticed this one has onyx in it.
Right, it has onyx. The countertop we'll have, when we're finished, we'll have a light underneath it to light up the countertop. Cool. And there's 5 bathrooms in this house, and each one is done differently.
Oh yeah, and I like the one with the silver here. Now, is that kind of metallic look paint on the cabinets in now?
Right, kind of metal look.
It's the metal look.
Right.
Really neat, I love that. And now, so what are some of the other special things you did, like on the outside? I see things that you've
done. A lot of stonework on the outside. We changed the siding, went with the horizontal siding, just gave it a whole facelift. There was a small little cottage when we started, and as you know, and now it's a pretty good sized house.
So over here, this is really like an addition that you did.
Right, 1,700 square feet add-on. Right.
Yeah, because when we came, this was just like a little ditch or culvert going through here, and you were telling me you're going to add on. I couldn't even imagine it.
Right, and there it is.
It looked like this. Wow, that takes experience and skill to do these things, and you've got it.
Well, I appreciate it. I've just been doing it for a while.
You do, and you've got a lot of clients out there. You've been doing it a long time. And we appreciate you being back on here. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this great home on the lake. Now, when it's completed, we're going to come back and shoot the whole thing again. So everyone out there can see everything you did.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thanks for being with us, Alan.
Thank you.
Alan D'Andrade here. Thanks so much.
Welcome to the Firehouse Museum. I'm Wally Hageman. I'm the director and curator of the collection here. This building was built in 1861 and served as a firehouse from the times of hand-pulled carts till 1938 with motorized vehicles. In 1945 it became a museum, courtesy of the City of Nevada, and we have been here ever since. This part of our collection represents the Nishinan Indians, who are the indigenous people of this area. They lived immediately, they called Nevada City Ostama, and they had a campsite over by where the courthouse and the courthouse lawn is now, and all in through that area. Out on Cement Hill was the rancheria, or the reservation. Rancheria is just a nice name. And we are very fortunate to have some of their baskets in our collection. They were known for their watertight baskets, but they actually boiled their acorn mush in. And they were typically of this size for a cooking basket. Ours are considered of particular interest in that these haven't come from a collector who's collected pristine baskets. These actually have been used and worn and repaired over the years. You can see the repairs inside. And all of these came from various members of the Historical Society and community who wanted to preserve them and have them someplace where they could be seen by the public. We also have a collection of pictures of people who actually lived on the Rancheria, the Nishanan descendants from that era. Okay, thank you for joining us here at the Firehouse Museum. We're open May through October from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m. and closed on Mondays. Then during the winter, we close from October till May.
Heather McDonald here, and I'm about to have some great Mexican food here at Maria's Mexican Tacos, right in front of the bowling alley on Bowman Road, right off I-80 here in Auburn. And here I am with the owner. Introduce yourself to everybody out there.
Hi, my name is Maria Moreno, and I own Maria's Mexican Tacos since 2001.
Wow, you've been here a while, and you have quite the fans out there, and I can see why, because look at this beautiful food, and this is just a little bit of what she serves here. Yes. Now, what are these called?
This is the sopes we made with the, any kind of meat you like, and get us the meat, a Mexican cheese, and veggies on top, and with avocado. This is the tacos we made. That's the soft. So we make soft and we make hard shells, either way. And this is the tostadas we made with any kind of meat, like this is the nachos with any kind of meat you like, or they can be vegetarians.
And now over there I see the chile relleno, my favorite.
This is the chile relleno, comes with tortillas on the side, or they can be with rice and beans. And the other ones, that's the hard shell tacos. And the other plates, that's enchiladas, it comes with rice and beans. The other plates is a burrito wet, and they can be any kind of meat.
It's beautifully done too.
Normally we have aguas frescas, we have beer, we have wine, we have sodas, Mexican sodas.
And look at the size of that nacho plate. Now look delicious. Now tell us some of the variety of meats you can get here. There's a lot of different kinds.
Okay, you can get like carne asada. We can get chicken or carnitas, que that's the more famous we sell, the carnitas. Chile verde, chile colorado, and plus tamales.
Yes.
They can be tamales with any kind of meat. Chicken, beef, or pork, or they can be vegetarians.
Yes, I've watched her make the tamales by hand. Now, if you're used to authentic Mexican food, she also has tripa.
We have tripa, we have cabeza, we have lengua, and we have buche.
Uh-huh. They have a lot of the authentic dishes for sure. And your sauces look so beautiful too that you have here.
This is the green salsa for enchiladas. And then we would use it for enchiladas or wet burritos.
Yes, and you have the delicious salsas that you can come here too with the chips and everything.
Then we have chips and salsa, and they can be, the green is salsa spicy, and the red is salsa mayo.
And then you also have a patio too.
We have a beautiful patio, and we open for parties or anything.
Well, thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much for coming.
Yes, Maria's Mexican Tacos is more than just tacos, as you can see, here off Bowman Road near I-80.